Doctor Strange Issue 2. Now we left off with Strange opening up the coffin to the Dark Wizard Verboten to make sure he's dead so the Light Elves can have a proper burial for his sorry ass. But he was still alive and he used dark magic to break the stasis spell of Strange. Now it's up to Strange and Angela to stop him. So right away we start off with Strange going Sonic Demonic, this new dark demonic ass form that he's taken. And his internal monologue is that magic is all about control in all of its forms. Neophyte magicians will work on attaining control, Master of the Mystic Arts will work on maintaining control, but for Sorcerer Supreme, the next vital step on their journey is surrendering control. But Demon Strange remains unimpressed and he attacks Verboten on sight. And Verboten actually gets a little shook, he's all like, "Dark Daughter, take his hands!" But as Dark Raella approaches, Angela steps in and punches her ass. She's all like, "Where you going, bitch? We ain't done yet." Meanwhile, Verboten and Demonic Strange are getting wicked with the 1v1. And it's actually turning Verboten on a little bit because he's all like, "Oh, sorcerer, where you been all my life?" But as Demonic Strange is getting stronger and pressing forward, he realizes that he's falling into for a trap. And Verboten gives his ass a portal for a present while he makes his escape. And holy shit, a flame dragon flies through. Now he's forced to fight this shit while they escape. But Strange is actually coming back to normal. He's all like, "Oh shit, Angela, can you handle this?" And Angela comes flying in with some sick ass dialogue. She's all like, "Naturally human. After eons in that coffin, I would have expected Verboten to be a tad rusty, a tad slow. Instead, he recognized the thin ice on which I had stepped and invited me deeper onto the lake. And look at her fucking attacking, trying to solo this dragon and shit." It hits her with a fire blast, but she ain't going down without a fight. Remember, she's a warrior angel, and she ends up getting the drop on its ass. She ties it up, trying to steer it like a fucking horse. "Stay, stay." And then she's all like, "Strange, have you recovered? Transport this adorable creature back to where it came from before I make it my pet bitch." Strange teleports the dragon away, and Angela gives him advice about using magic that leaves him vulnerable, which is what the bracelets are. Strange needs it as a necessary tool so he can face whatever's coming and survive it. But he brushes it off. He's all like, "Yeah, I just need to get used to it, that's all." And since the Bifrost was destroyed, the journey between realms takes a lot longer. And those who can't conjure dimensional portals, they have to stop in heaven, which is Strange's first time experiencing heaven. And it actually looks pretty nice and sunny like daytime. They pull up to the Temple of the Anchorites, where Regent Idel and her daughter Raella are having a meeting with the Hierophants. And Angela has to break the news, so Strange has to wait outside because he's a human. And then Idel comes out cursing his ass out, "You idiot, what the hell you done?" And Raella's kind of sussing out her mom because she's all like, "I don't know of any doppelganger clone or evil twin. What secrets are you keeping, mother?" And then all of a sudden this other demonic looking entity pops up. "All parents keep secrets from their children. Such is the way of things." And this entity's name is Gallifreyon? I'm sorry, y'all, I keep butchering these Asgardian words. But Gallifreyon is actually part of the Hierophants, and he's actually cracking some jokes too, so he's not all that bad. And then we make our way to the throne room, and this is where Regent Idel comes clean to her daughter Raella. "I do not know the purpose of the Dark Daughter's connection to Verboten, but long ago he asked about you. And I ain't gonna pretend to understand the mind of somebody who wants to kill kids, especially every child in all the realms." And in this panel we find out that Regent Idel and her angels fought Verboten, and they all died except for her. She was the last one standing. And in order for her to get the dub, she had to make a deal with his ass. He wanted her to surrender her firstborn when she reached the age of 10. And she accepted, so she killed his ass anyway, thought he was lying. And Strange automatically understood he's compassionate about it. But Raella was kind of iffy. She was all like, "You purposefully, willingly broke your contract?" While Idel was all like, "I had to. Love is stronger than a contract. I would never hand you to somebody like him." And Strange actually gets not so compassionate anymore because he's all like, "As a mortal, I don't have the same principles as you. Verboten spared you because he recognized that you were an angel with the most love in her heart, and his scythe magic is generated from the lost potential of a thing, an idea, a moment, a person. His Dark Daughter is who Raella would have been if the contract had been honored." But then Strange comes to the realization, it's like, "Oh shit, there's still a way to take children away from y'all." And Angela realizes, the Anchorites. Queen Idel's like, "Oh shit, go now, raise the alarm, motherfuckers." And once they reach the Anchorites, which are the male angels, Strange still can't get in because there's a mystical barrier blocking his ass. But Angela and Raella fly through, and they witness all the Anchorites are fucking dead and impaled. Even the angel guards have memory loss. And Strange even finds the great Gallifreyon poked up, stabbed up, spears embedded to his ass like he's a fucking porcupine. And he's all like, the Anchorites, they weren't the only targets." And Strange realizes like, "Oh shit." He portals back to the throne room. "I'm not too late. I can't be too late. Oh shit, I'm late." And then he arrives at the body of Queen Idel, stabbed up, murdered. They killed the queen. And right as Verboten and the Dark Daughter are portaling out, oh, Verboten, that cold, calculating little bastard. And he's over here trying to be some sick, sadistic father figure for his Dark Daughter because he's all like, "We both had to murder our mothers, kiddo. I'm here if you want to talk about it." Now let's bring my mother back to life so I can kill her over and over again. Sick son of a bitch! And that has to be one of his plans moving forward in the story. It's like something to do with like a bunch of children serving him or something like that. But the story's ramping up so far. Can't wait to see what's going to go on in issue 3. And by the looks of this cover, it looks like Gallifreyon is not dead, which is good because I want to learn more about him and shit. See ya.